Hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for mid-July 2025. I hope you're doing well. I haven't done a pre-shuffle, which I know is unusual, but as I was preparing to do your reading and channeling your energy, I did receive two words from Spirit. The first being purgatory and the second being illumination. And I wanted to unpack these two words before we got started on your reading. Okay, so purgatory. When I think of purgatory, I think of no man's land, because you're not in hell and you're also not in heaven, right? So you might feel this way right now. You might feel like you're in this state of waiting. So I looked up the word to see if we could dig deeper, to see if we could get more meanings. And the Merriam-Webster dictionary is talking about purgatory being a place or state of punishment wherein, according to Roman Catholic doctrine, the souls of those who die in God's grace may make satisfaction for past sins and so become fit for heaven. So this is like atonement, right? So it could be that as we're heading into Mercury retrograde, which starts on the 17th of July, you're putting the past in review. You're thinking about things that you could have done better. I don't know what you're waiting on, but it's also talking about purgatory being a place of or state of temporary suffering or misery. So I can see that you're not exactly in a happy place right now, and we will get into that soon. So purgatory is the place where the soul is cleansed of all impurities and can refer to any place or situation in which suffering and misery are felt to be sharp but temporary. Thank goodness it's just temporary, right? But I do feel like with the word illumination, maybe you needed to be in this state of no man's land to come to some important realization. Because we know illumination means, something coming to light, some kind of epiphany. Let's have a look. I'm just going to press pause. I'm not getting much more than what I've already said, but one dictionary, dictionary.com, explains illumination as intellectual or spiritual enlightenment. Synonyms include wisdom, insight, revelation, and knowledge. So there you go. I do feel like you had to go through this state of purgatory to come to know things that you didn't before. I don't know, does that resonate with you? Let's have a look at what you need to leave behind. What do you need to move away from? Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Scorpio need to move away from in mid-July 2025? What does Scorpio need to move away from? What does Scorpio need to move away from? Six of Cups in the reverse, nostalgia. Okay, definitely Mercury retrograde type energy, because we do dwell on the past. But the Six of Cups in the reverse is giving me that you need to stop feeling victimized by past situations, past events. Okay, it's time to move forward and release any resentment that you might be holding on to. When I see the Six of Cups in the reverse, it's kind of like anything that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Don't give it any more attention. We don't want to give that energetic, we don't want to give that energetic momentum. We don't want that to repeat itself again, okay? So refocus your attention on what you're currently doing, which is, mindfulness, being mindful, practicing mindfulness, and just making conscious choices so that we don't have to ever relive whatever the Six of Cups in the reverse is representing for you, okay? Angels and Spirit, what else does Scorpio need to move away from in mid-July 2025? What does Scorpio need to move away from? The Lovers, interesting. Clarify the Lovers. Clarify the Lovers when it comes to what does Scorpio need to move away from. I feel like it's talking about past people. Angels and Spirit, please show me who does Scorpio and what does Scorpio need to move away from? Three of Pentacles. I feel like this is something about people who aren't on the same page as you, because the Three of Pentacles is about cooperation, right? Team effort, a shared goal. You need to move away from people who don't want the same thing as you, who aren't on the same page as you, who aren't cooperating with you, who aren't trying to achieve a similar goal, okay? Six of Wands in the reverse, who don't give you the recognition that you deserve. This kind of plays into that theme that we got in the last reading about unfairness and fairness being a theme this month. You're going to be really, conscious of anything that's unfair right now, and you're going to want to speak up and take a stand against it. That's what it feels like. What does Scorpio need to move towards? What does Scorpio need to move towards in mid-July? Page of Wands. This could be something creative that excites you. Anything that piques your interest or makes you feel enthusiastic. I also feel like some of you need to start a new exercise routine. When I see the Page of Wands, it's about action, movement, anything that kind of gets your creative juices flowing. That's what you need to move towards. It's like you need to reignite your passion for something. You've got the Ten of Pentacles. This is about, again, legacy. That came up in your, the July reading that I did for you just over a week ago. The Ten of Pentacles. Move towards something that is going to give you long-lasting happiness, stability. This is about what you want to create for your life and what you want to leave behind. And you've got the Star. Move towards whatever inspires you. The Star is inspiration. The Star is wish fulfillment. But when you look up at the stars, you get that sense of wonderment. I feel like Spirit is really wanting you to get out of a rut. You could be feeling like you're in a bit of a rut right now. Maybe you're bogged down in day-to-day responsibilities and there's not a lot of excitement going on, okay? Let's see. What else does Scorpio need to move towards? What does Scorpio need to move towards in July 2025? Three of Swords. I feel like this is about healing. Angels and Spirit, please show me what does Scorpio need to move towards, please. I also feel like this is about the need to transmute your pain, because there's no doubt you've suffered. I mean, that's what the Three of Swords is all about. Grief, loss, betrayal, suffering, but there's a higher purpose for it. You've just got to see the silver lining, right? Six of Wands in the reverse again. Next to the World. Use this feeling of being under-recognized, underappreciated, unsupported, unseen. There's a sense of you feeling a bit invisible at the moment. I want you to use that as fuel. There is a sense of unfairness in that as well, because you could be working your guts out and getting zero thanks for it, okay? In whatever aspect it fits for you, it could be you feel like you're not receiving reciprocity in relationships. It could be at work. You're working really hard and you're just not getting anything back in return, apart from obviously you get to pay your bills. Cool. Six of Wands in the reverse next to the World. The World is culmination. The world is completion. The world is cycles. So in order to reach the next cycle, and look, I'm being drawn to the Ouroboros on this particular card. I do feel like you need to use this feeling of being invisible as fuel. Let it propel you to do something constructive. Okay, let's see what's this deck? The Chinese 5 Elements Oracle has for you. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the message for Scorpio in mid-July 2025. What is the guidance for Scorpio in mid-July 2025, please, Spirit? Raise your frequency. And look, that pig that's pictured looks like the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? Raise your frequency. What else does Scorpio need to do? Mid-July 2025, please, Spirit. A beacon of light. Now, isn't that interesting? Because that really kind of reminds me of that illumination. A beacon of light. Powerful beginnings and progress, and change your mindset. I feel like you need to change your mindset before you can see powerful beginnings and progress. But changing your mindset is very much related to the need to raise your frequency, okay? Let's see what my Oracle deck has for you, and then we'll have a look at your love life. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Scorpio in mid-July 2025. There's a lot of ways that you can raise your frequency, okay? One of them is gratitude, focusing on all of your blessings, because what we focus on expands, okay? Raising your frequency is very much about disciplining your mind. It's the law of attraction. And this is what I was feeling actually while I was shuffling. Stop thinking about everything that is not where you would like it to be in your life, because you've got this card that says you need an interruption from what's going on in your life. So divert your mind by giving back. That is another way that you can raise your frequency. When you're of service, it's rewarding in itself. You're not being of service to get anything in return. It makes you feel good about yourself and what you have to share with the world. Other people appreciate you, and it allows you to kind of forget about your woes for a time. When you're focused on what you can do for other people, it just enables you to forget about your problems, just, temporarily, if only temporarily. I do feel like you're waiting for something, because the next card says what you're seeing is not the final verdict. So I feel like some of you are waiting on a decision, or there's a piece of the puzzle that is missing, but Spirit is saying it's about to reveal itself soon, and it will help you solve a difficulty or a question that you have. So some of you could be waiting to be shown the next step in your life. It's like you don't know how to level up. It's like you're waiting for signs from the universe. You're waiting for something to happen to prompt you along the right path. That's what it feels like. But don't worry too much about how it's all going to play out, because the next card says when something is destined to enter your life, it must happen. So all you need to do is get busy visualizing new people, new opportunities, and you'll be guided and led, supported and protected. I'm pretty sure you get this card in most of your readings, Scorpio. So it must be something that you need to properly digest. Another way that you can raise your frequency and change your mindset is really being honest with yourself about, is the way that you're feeling getting you what you want? When you find yourself fighting to get what you want, or to have your way, drop your hands to your sides, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth fighting for? Stay flexible and in alignment with the divine order of all things, and ask divine forces to show you the way. Okay, be careful of, I don't know if this came up in your last reading as well. Pretty sure it may have. Scorpios, there could be some wolves in sheep's clothing around you at the moment. So you're going to need to be extra on your toes, because you've got two cards about people trying to mold you into what they think is best for you and them. People trying to get you to comply with their agenda, and you being at risk of going along with it in an effort to feel accepted, loved, and safe. But that's when you're working with illusion, and that's when you're not going to get anywhere. So the other card is saying, be on your toes and watch the thin line between a good sales pitch and a trap. Be discerning and trust your intuition, okay? That's interesting. Angels and Spirit, please show me what else does Scorpio need to see for mid-July 2025. I don't mean to activate your scorpionic kind of suspicion of every person that comes your way, but there are people who would deceive you around at the moment, okay? Spirit is almost acknowledging that a blessing of some sort needs to manifest for you. And this is going back to that purgatory message. So the blessing could be a type of relationship that you've never experienced before, or it could be a new level of professional recognition or respect. Whatever it is, to be able to receive it, some form of toxic negativity needs to be released. So that's why you're in no man's land. I feel like you're weeding out what you've outgrown, you're weeding out toxic negativity in order to, be able to elevate to the level you need to be at to reach heaven's gate. Do you know what I mean? All right, you might be feeling a little bit punished right now. Or even, I heard the word pummeled. It's like just when you think you have overcome an obstacle, the universe sends a new one. And you just, that feeling of when you're in the ocean and you go underneath a wave and then you come up for air and then another one crashes down on you. That's what it feels like. But you've got a card that says, when you're caught up in situations that appear to be going badly, the universe is always on the side of the good. Spirit will always reveal what needs to be revealed and do what needs to be done. So you need to keep the faith. Things are going to improve. I want to take a look at your love life. Let's have a look and see what's going on for you in love. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is going on. Oh, you got the Tower. But I just feel like generally, Scorpio, there's a bit of a reordering happening in your life. So allow necessary endings to happen. Six of Cups. Yeah, there's a real emphasis on the past. Nostalgic energy. Angels and Spirit, please show me what's going on for Scorpio in love. Mid-July, please. What's going on for Scorpio in love? Okay, the Knight of Swords is here. Something coming in and taking you by surprise. This is also a bit of an aggressive energy. Don't let anyone rush you into anything. Why do people rush us? It's so that we don't have time to think about why this might be a bad idea. Angels and Spirit, please show me what's going on for Scorpio in love. What's going on for Scorpio in love in mid-July 2025, please, Spirit? Yeah. keep getting this lack of cooperation, communication blockages, and lack of effort in the love department, okay? Clarify the Three of Pentacles in the reverse for what's going on for Scorpio in love. Okay, we've got the Three of Wands. I feel like this is you. You're not really loving what you're seeing right now, because next to the Three of Wands is the Star in the reverse. Some of you could be losing a bit of faith, a bit of optimism when it comes to love. And it's also, the next card is the Four of Cups, which again is dissatisfaction, feeling a bit bored. I'm just getting you're not liking what you're seeing. You're not liking your options right now. Because I do feel like there are options. Like with the Four of Cups, look, there's three options here, but you're kind of closed off to them. I do feel like there's another one coming in. Yeah, there are decisions. There are decisions coming up for you when it comes to love, because you've got 3 twos in close proximity. You've got the Two of Wands, you've got the Two of Cups, and you've got the Two of Pentacles. You also have 2 queens, almost side by side, okay? What is this about? They're not giving me very clear messages here, though. Be careful, because with 2 queens in close proximity, especially next to the Two of Pentacles, you know, the Two of Pentacles being close by, there's someone that could be juggling you and someone else, okay? Yeah, and third-party situations are here. So there could be someone that tries to engage you and they're already involved with someone. So just be wary of that, especially because you had those cards about the need to be discerning and trust your intuition. Who is around Scorpio right now? Angels and Spirit, please show me who is around Scorpio. We've got someone who wants to move fast. The Chariot and the Knight of Swords, right? Angels and Spirit, please show me who is around Scorpio. Show me who is around Scorpio when it comes to love. Yeah, they can't put their money where their mouth is. This person is unreliable, but I feel like they could be very persistent with this Chariot card. Some of them might even just rock up at your door, and I'm not even joking. They might be hitting you up and saying, oh, I'm here, I'm outside. But they really don't have much to offer you, and I feel like it's because there's someone else. Angels and Spirit, please show me who is around Scorpio right now. Got the Six of Wands, which I'm getting someone with a big ego, or someone who just likes your attention, someone who's looking for a conquest. Show me who is around Scorpio right now, please. Someone who just wants to see if they can win you over. What I'm getting with the Fool next to the Nine of Wands is this person wants to get you in a weak moment. So I'm kind of picking up on this energy that's very persistent, and you're not giving them much. It's like you might even be completely ignoring them. You might have your walls up because Scorpio, you kind of know that this person is bad news or they're a player. I'm getting that you know that it would be a bad idea, but this person is banking on catching you at a weak moment. Angels and Spirit, please show me who is around Scorpio in mid-July 2025. And I feel like with the Fool next to the Nine of Wands, Spirit is kind of warning you, don't be silly, don't make a mistake, don't be foolish. Have your walls up when it comes to this person. And this is almost like you at the door. This person comes to your door, rocks up unannounced or uninvited. But there are going to be options for you in love. Not just this person that I'm picking up on. With the Two of Wands, Spirit is just asking you to get very, very clear about what it is that you want and stick to your vision. Don't be susceptible to this person. Don't let them enter when, you know, if you've had a weak moment, okay? Two of Wands is always the need to, you know, make conscious choices that are in alignment with what you're wanting to create for yourself. Show me more about who is around Scorpio. With the Six of Wands, I do feel like you're going to get quite a bit of attention in the second half of July. If it's not happening right now, don't worry. I do feel like people are going to approach you, but you've got fickle people around you with the Page of Wands in the reverse, people who lose interest very quickly, and I feel like you will know who I'm talking about. And the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, people who just can't offer you what you're looking for, so they're basically going to waste your time. I really dislike the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I always find it to be the time waster. The time waster who isn't prepared to change, and just basically just has zero to offer, okay? Let's see, Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the advice for Scorpio when it comes to love. I feel like we've already kind of got the advice, but let's just see. Angels and Spirit, please show me. Two of Pentacles. I think this is about the need to weigh things up. You've got your hands full in the second half of July. You may not even really have time to entertain people. The Seven of Wands. I just feel like this is a reminder to know when you need to put your foot down, when you need to strengthen your boundaries. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the advice for Scorpio in love in mid to late July 2025. What is the advice for Scorpio? Keep moving forward with the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I knew it. No more turning backwards with the Six of Cups in the reverse. And you've got the Four of Cups coming out again. I feel like this is saying if you entertain past people, you're going to be forfeiting better suitors, okay? With the Four of Cups, and it came out in the reverse position next to the Eight of Wands, which is about forward momentum, you will forfeit better opportunities at love if you continue to give people from the past a chance, that people that have already let you down, okay? So that's what I'm getting. Let's have a look at the Love Oracle. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Scorpio in love in mid to late July 2025. What does Scorpio need to see? There could be someone that is worth your while that comes your way. And it could be this Four of Cups person that you aren't taking seriously for whatever reason. You could be even oblivious that they are interested in you because you're focusing on other things. You have a card that says, are you pushing someone away so that you can avoid the pain of them pushing you away? Are you rejecting someone? You may need intimacy, but you're terrified that it will lead to something that feels bad. And that's natural when you've had some negative experiences in the past, like most people, or when you're still healing from trauma. And we saw that with that Three of Swords. You know, we do put walls up because we associate intimacy and we associate love with hurt and betrayal and sadness. Okay, but there is someone who might be worth your time. Don't push them away. I feel like you will know the difference between the time wasters and the cheaters, as opposed to this person that really wants a chance with you. You've got growth is getting very clear on the ways that you block your own blessings. Now, what did I say? You will forfeit better opportunities if you keep giving people from the past chances. So you need to recognize that that could be how you're blocking your own blessings. Now, when it comes to relationships generally, this is not just romantic. Your advice is to stop stewing in anger. When you become so angry with a person that you want to shut them out of your life, you need to know that there is something going on with you that has nothing to do with them. So there's a need to reflect on that. You've got another card about growth. And it kind of reminds me of that combination and that we got a bit earlier in the reading. It was something before the World card. I can't remember what the card was. But it's time to enter a new chapter in your love life. And you have what it takes. You have what it takes to get there, but you're going to need to practice discipline. You've got a card that says if you want to grow, you need to think carefully about who you spend your time with. We can't afford to be around people who drag us down or lower our self-esteem. And to continue giving without receiving doesn't prove anything except that you know how to be taken advantage of. That is going to apply when it comes to that Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's someone that you may be attracted to, but if you're honest with yourself, they have zero to offer you, whether it's because they're involved with someone else and they're just not looking for commitment, whether they're just emotionally unavailable, whether they live on a different continent. Don't invest in that person because it's not going to benefit you in any way, okay? Because I feel like you're just giving to something that is futile. I want one more card for you from this deck. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Scorpio. What is the guidance for Scorpio? Oh, okay. A few cards came out. Yeah, there's someone who doesn't respect you. Now, this could be the person that rocks up at your place uninvited. So obviously they don't respect your space. They don't... that's not a very kind of courteous thing to do, especially for a Scorpio, because Scorpios, we value our privacy, right? Anyway, you just need to be wary of someone who doesn't really respect you. Now, there's a message here about the need to minimize defensiveness in others. You're going to be feeling a little bit defensive, Scorpio, because I feel like you're still healing from maybe abandonment. You're healing from maybe betrayal, and you've got some trust issues, is what I can see. But whenever you tell people that they're doing something wrong, they're going to get defensive. Minimize defensiveness in others by giving them the benefit of the doubt and assuming the best. So I feel like you want to tell someone a piece of your mind. You want to tell someone what they did was wrong because of A, B, and C, but it's only going to cause conflict, and I don't feel like you can expect accountability from this person because they're too concerned about trying to appear innocent or right. Okay, so I feel like you need to pick your battles this month. So that's what I'm getting. Let's see what this deck has for you. Angels and Spirit, please show me what does Scorpio need to see in love in mid-July 2025. What does Scorpio need to see in love? Okay. there is someone coming in for you that you feel, or you're going to realize, is worth your time and energy. But I feel like you're going to not know where you stand with this person. There's a real sense of that. Maybe they've made it clear that they're just fresh out of a relationship and they're not quite, they haven't found their footing yet, because you've got a card that says allow them to heal their past pain. Don't act overly keen, okay? Because I feel like you're going to activate this person's resistance. You've got a card that says be engaged but not totally interested. Practice the art of detachment. Play it cool and not overly interested. Let their hunter instincts kick in. Take a step back and allow yourself to be hunted. And keep your options open. Don't kind of throw it in this person's face. Not that I think that you would, but 2 cards are saying here, having others enter the competition for your heart is essential if you want to create a fear of loss, but don't overdo it. Don't try to provoke their jealousy. Just, make it known that you're looking for a relationship. You're open to meeting people. And this person's going to be a free spirit. So there is that, that risk of losing them, and that's why you don't know where you stand with this person. But I do actually like their energy. I'm seeing a slow burn. I'm seeing intimacy building over time, okay? I'm going to finish with a card from... Which deck do I want to use? Maybe the Moon Temple Oracle. It's calling out to me. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Scorpio. What is the guidance for Scorpio? What's the guidance for Scorpio in mid-July 2025? What is the guidance for Scorpio in mid-July 2025? I can't make this up. Look, illumination. That is the word that came to me, right? So let's have a look at this. So it's number 34. And it says, I am open and willing to receive clarity. The radiant sun goddess ignites your spiritual ascent. A light bulb moment enlightens you to the truth. Keep your spiritual sight and heart wide open as a significant realization is being revealed to you in a clear vision. This new understanding awakens you to the crux of the situation. Perhaps in the past you chose not to see what was really going on because the illusion was far more appealing than the actual reality at the time. Don't beat yourself up. Instead, focus on how far you've come, appreciate the lessons and blessings, and acknowledge your awakening really will set you free. Rise from the ashes to orbit through the universe like the rising sun. Profound spiritual awakening catapults your personal growth. Your new enlightened perspective expands your wisdom and awareness to encompass a wider, more infinite sense of reality and soul unity. You are no longer filtering everything through your ego and just focusing on your own self-interest. Instead, you have an intuitive awareness of oneness, consciousness, and the interconnection of all life. Everyone sees life through their own lens and filter, often justifying their choices and beliefs. We each have a unique perspective of the same situation depending on our lived experience and core values. This realization brings a more compassionate understanding and approach to others. Focus on your own learning and growth journey as you cannot influence or control anyone else's. Okay, so I hope this reading was helpful, Scorpio. Let me know in the comments how it's resonated with you, and I look forward to your next reading. Bye.